Hello, my name's Tim Oliver. I am a freelance engineer, producer and mixer involved in the running of the commercial studios here at Real World. I've been working since 1982 as an engineer, so I've forgotten, I can't work out how many years that is, way too long. And I started out in a 4-track studio in north of England, Stockport, and gradually worked with a lot of the bands. I was in Manchester at the right time. There's lots of great bands to work with who were just starting out, Happy Monday, Stone Roses, and Factory Records, and I used to work with a lot of those, doing demos, because I was young and they were doing demos when they were about 14 or 15 years old, and we would I just graduated from there, really, just working my way through, and I've been freelance ever since. I've been here at Real World for the last 12 years with my own room. And then I was asked to be involved in looking after the studio maybe 5 years ago. We used to have a Mitsubishi X850 in one studio. I was with a lot, and we did quite a few records on that. I can't remember on 1-inch tape, I think, I can't remember, but it was very thin tape, and. I mean, they sounded awful. I mean, really did sound awful. And there was a period then when it was really hard to make records sound good because the medium was in that sort of transition period. And then the machines went wrong, and you couldn't. There was one guy maintaining all the X850s in the country, and he used to be in big demand. But that was about 22 years ago, something like that, I would think, 23 years ago. And then, turn of the century, pretty much, I think, I was in the box. I used to use Pro Tools, and I used to have Logic as well. I started out with MIDI sequencers in the dance period. I used to have a Cubase, and not Cubase. I used to have the Atari 1040, and C-Lab Creator, and C-Lab Creator morphed into Logic, which then went to Apple Logic or whatever it is now. But I don't use Logic so much. I still occasionally that, and live I use that for creating, but for making records, you can't really beat Pro Tools. I don't miss anything. I mean, I get a chance to use them in the studio here, but I prefer the immediacy of and the immediacy of all the plugins and the in the box mixing is the convenience. You know, it wholly outweighs the big knobs. All my records have been a joy. I don't have any bad memories of any records that I've done. There are one or two maybe, but no, I can't think of them now. I think all artists, I mean, all musicians should challenge you. You know, that not everyone should be nice people. You know, they're artists, and they're there to present something, communicate, and they should be challenging. They are testing sometimes. I bite my lip. You know, I'm here to facilitate and to translate and get ideas into reality from them. And so I sometimes have to put up with difficult situations, but I understand it's for the long haul. You know, it's a means to an end. And so I work through people's anger, and I work through people get annoyed, people get frustrated, and that's all part of artistic process. I would just to ignore all the gear and listen. It's all about listening and eat your ears, because everyone's got all the gear. You can do it. It's what you do with it. So you've got to be able to hear things and hear how things work together. So it's all about listening. I don't think any specific artist, but I'm always forever. It's all about music, and I just want to hear new and exciting music, and continue to be excited by music. That's all. It's not about the artists themselves, because artists shift. Look at David Bowie's work, and he goes in and out of greatness. And I would have loved to work with him in a good phase. I would have, there are phases I wouldn't have liked to work with him in. But so long as the music I'm working on is exciting and I can bring something to it as well, then that keeps me going.